LenoxOnBaseball. And for the final two words of our pregame ceremony presented by Webster Pub, welcome youngsters from the Oxford Lassie League. Let's hear it, kids!
Well, a top prospect in all of minor league baseball makes his big league debut Monday night in our nation's capital, and boy, did that make me feel nostalgic. Astros open up a series north of the border. Astros continue their winning ways. Steve Lennox, Lennox on Baseball live stream podcast. We are recapping. Wow, we are just moving along with this Major League Baseball regular season. Yes, indeed. We are recapping day number 95 of the Major League Baseball regular season. But first, as we like to do, we open up with That's Baseball. Nostalgia. That's baseball. James Wood, one of the top prospects in all of baseball, making his Major League debut Monday night in D.C. Nationals opening up a series against the Mets. James Wood called up from AAA Rochester by the Nationals, went 1 for 4 in his debut against the Mets, had a walk, a base hit in his first at bat, a clean single. Wood, who wears number 50 to start his big league career, again, a single in his first at bat, caught it on the Mets SNY broadcast. Gary Cohen sharing that James Wood, the son of Kenny Wood. My ears perked up immediately. I had no idea. Kenny Wood was Gary Cohen talking about that Kenny Wood, East Hampton's Kenny Wood. Turns out he was. And as Gary was going into a story about James and his family, the camera found Kenny Wood, James' mother as well. Kenny Wood, star athlete on the eastern end of Long Island. When I was in junior high, we all heard stories, whether you were from Shelter Island, Sag Harbor, Bridgehampton, Southampton, East End, even on the North Fork, Mattatuck, Greenport, Southold. You heard about Kenny Wood, star athlete, East Hampton High School, great basketball player. And I do think I was at one of his home games, maybe his senior year. Maybe it was against Bridgehampton, maybe it was against Southampton. But I think I was in the gym. I wish I remembered more of the details. But I'm pretty sure Kenny Wood was on the floor when I was in junior high playing basketball. The gym was packed. Kenny Wood was a terrific pitcher as well for the East Hampton baseball team. Kenny Wood would go on to play college basketball at Richmond. He had a very, very good 4-year career as a member of the Richmond Spiders basketball team. Now, all these years later, Kenny Wood has a son, James, and James is a big leaguer. Seeing Kenny Wood on the TV Monday night prompted a phone call. A phone call to someone that Kenny and I both know well. My phys ed teacher growing up. Class of 22 kids. K through 12, all one building. Big enough building, but Chris Tracy was the phys ed teacher. Chris Tracy coached the soccer team in the fall, the basketball team in the winter, the baseball team for a handful of years through his tenure at Shelter Island High School before he moved on to East Hampton. Mr. Tracy, and I'm not even sure he's ever realized that I don't think I've ever called him Chris. To this day, it's always been Mr. Tracy, phys ed teacher, coach, Hall of Famer, Shelter Island High School, all these years later. So Kenny Wood knows Chris Tracy. I made the phone call. He goes, I bet you I know why you're calling. I said, yeah, are you watching it? He goes, I'm watching it. And he also watched James Wood collect his first Major League base hit last night in his big league debut, in his first at bat. He saw Kenny Wood, James' mom, the rest of the family, sisters, brothers, friends, and family at the ballpark in D.C. My mom and dad are the ones who I'll always credit for creating my work ethic. Peter Vesey, mentor for many years, but Mr. Tracy also helped teach me many, many different things that I still use to this day. He taught me one thing in particular, to aspire for more. It hurt when he left our high school. I still had 2 more years to go. It hurt. But even in that moment when he told us he was leaving, I understood it. And I understood he wanted more for himself, for his family, all across the board. Something I've always focused on in my career. Focus on the task and the job at hand, but always look to the future. Always understand you want more. I think a lot of us do that. Mr. Tracy helped me do that. Something I still think I do to this day. Aspire to take that next level. And that's baseball. Again, we are recapping day number 95 of the Major League Baseball regular season from Monday. And I think I'm messing up here. Day number 96, actually. I've got to write things down the right way. Yes, we are recapping day number 96. 97, 98, 98 is Wednesday. So here we go. 3 games on the schedule Monday. Deal with it. Everyone will be playing on Independence Day. So for some of you, that is one less thing to complain about. As I mentioned, Mets and Nationals opening up 4-game set. They will play on Independence Day, and then we'll have the fireworks in our nation's capital on Thursday. Mets and Nets, first to 4 in D.C. Mets scored 6 runs in the top of the 10th inning. Turned out they would need those runs. Nationals scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 10th inning. To get to within 2 runs, they didn't get any closer. Mets take the opener 9-7. Get back to 500 at 41-41. JD Martinez, game tied at 3-run home run in the 10th inning. Francisco Alvarez, RBI triple. Yes, the Mets catcher, a double earlier in the game, an RBI triple in that big 10th inning against the Nationals bullpen after a pitching change. Boom, Jose Iglesias, 2-run home run. Vargas had a 2-run double, part of the big bottom of the 10th inning for the Nationals, but the Nationals get to within 2. They don't get any closer. Washington got to within a game of 500 at 38-39 back on June 23rd. Since then, they have dropped 6 of 7 games. Astros, Blue Jays, 4-game set underway Monday in Toronto. Jeremy Pena, Yordan Alvarez, both homering in the victory for Houston. Astros have won 10 of 11, 12-3 over their last 15. Hunter Brown, 6 scoreless innings. Brown, terrific month of June, won 4 of his 5 starts in June. Now 6-5 with Monday's victory. Gave up just 2 hits, couple of singles, struck out 5. Jays losing on Canada Day, almost shut out. Blue Jays got a run in the they left the bases loaded in the 8th inning, got a run on a solo home run by Ernie Clement in the 9th inning. That off Houston closer Josh Hader. Hader did manage to get the final outs, picked up to save his 13th on the season. Not sure if the Astros right now are doing it with smoke and mirrors, but they're certainly getting the job done and deserving of your attention, and certainly can't be taken lightly going forward. Brewers, Rockies, extra innings in their series opener Monday night at Coors Field in Denver. Rockies walk off, bottom of the 10th inning, win 8-7. Jake Cave, once traded from the Yankees to the Twins. What was that traded in mid-March of 2018? Cave was traded for Luis Gil, who's having a solid, probably an all-star season here in 2024 for the Yankees organization. Brenton Doyle, 2-run home run in the 2nd, tied the game at 7 with a solo home run in the 8th inning. William Contreras, 3 hits, including a solo home run in the loss for the Brewers. Rockies, their 6th walk-off win of the season, just their 5th victory now in their last 17. Great to see Garrett Mitchell back for the Brewers. Collected a hit and 2 at-bats in his first game in the big leagues this season. By the way, not sure how many times they've worn the uniforms that they wore on Monday night, but the Brewers uniforms from Monday night, A++. Outstanding. Sugar's Random Thoughts as we are recapping again day number 96 of the Major League Baseball season. Sugar's Random Thoughts brought to you by the Yellow Rose of Talbot Bed and Breakfast in Easton, Maryland. Considering a stay on the beautiful Maryland Eastern Shore this summer, this fall, this winter, consider a stay at the Yellow Rose of Talbot B&B. Tell my sister Tammy, my brother-in-law Kenneth, that I sent you their way. Thought of this last night, watching C.J. Abrams play shortstop for the Nationals. Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith was a career .262 hitter. I looked it up on his baseball reference page. Thank you, Baseball Reference. Would Ozzie Smith be a 300 hitter if he was in his prime, playing present day? Luis Arraez right now leading the major leagues with 111 base hits. Not a betting man, but if he stays healthy, reaching 200 hits for a 2nd straight season is something Luis Arraez, I think, is going to end up doing. Not a fan of the Blue Jays City Connect uniforms. I've shared that before. Love the look that they sported with the red jerseys on Monday. Again, that is a recap of day number 96 in the Major League Baseball regular season. Red Sox do open up a series tonight in Miami against the Marlins. We will have my Locked On Red Sox postcast immediately following Locked On Sports, part of the Locked On Sports YouTube channel. You can follow that channel Locked On Sports Red Sox postcast and Locked On Red Sox as well via the YouTube channel. Also, if you subscribe to it, it's available via the podcast, wherever you get your podcasts as well. They tell me subscribers and followers are important. So if you want to give us a follow at LenoxOnBaseball on the X, formerly known as Twitter, and also with our Lennox on Baseball YouTube channel and our Locked On Red Sox postcast as well. Again, recapping day number 96 of the Major League Baseball regular season. Enjoy your Tuesday. And as we often do, Brian Holland, former Aberdeen Ironbird intern, sends us away.
Stop talking during the anthem. Go watch Steve Lennox's new podcast because Steve is the man.